What is going on, people? It is episode 5 of Half Circle Back. I don't know the title of this, but we'll figure it out in post.
It's episode 5?
Yeah, it's episode 5.
We've done 4 episodes?
Yes. You don't even keep up with the numbering of episodes?
No.
Jesus.
We've been doing this shit for like 5 weeks.
Yeah? You don't listen to these?
No, I don't listen to them.
Oh my god. Anyways, I've got my co-host here, 4H Tim. What's going on, man?
Today my name is 4itis Tim.
4itis. Why is that?
I just had dinner.
Okay.
I'm just extremely tired now.
Okay, but did you bring any for anybody else?
Yeah, I have some leftovers, man.
All right, for me?
I got some crawfish. Do you want some? Got some catfish.
Catfish is trash. It's literally the worst fish you could have.
Hold on, let me goodbye.
This man really hopped out the call. He's really upset at my catfish slander. Okay, you feel better now?
Yeah, luckily we put this like on the internet for people to hear. I had to say some things.
I mean, that's never stopped you before, to be honest.
Look, man, I don't want you to get canceled. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you're looking out for me. So
at least somebody looks out for someone in this friendship, you know.
Oh, okay. So how you been, man? What's been going on with you?
Oh man, I'm in Dallas, Texas right now.
Dallas.
Yeah, man, I'm here for work.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so I'm not at the headquarters.
Not at the 4-H headquarters.
No, we're out in the.
We're going global now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know, I'm going to meet up with some of the Dallas players tomorrow. Play some Street Fighter with them. You know.
That's what's up, man. Go ahead and tell everybody I said what's up.
Yeah, man. I said, like, hey, man, that bitch boy Magnegro said what's up.
Wow. Don't make me have to pull up on him, you know what I'm saying? Pull up on you too. And you talking shit.
Okay. We'll pull out my 9, you feel me?
Oh, you can do math. Well, what's 9 times 5? What you about to get? You feel me? Do you feel me?
Oh, my bad.
You feel me?
You know, about to catch these 9 shots out this 45, you know what I'm saying?
Hey. Look, right. You're gonna have to shut it down.
Okay. But yeah, you know, just I'm out here. And one of the things I want to do is so I'll be in Dallas this week. Then next week I'll be in Houston. Then I'll be coming back to East Texas to San Antonio and Austin. So my goal is to try to play with some of the guys down there. You know, maybe bring back a report or something. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty good crew of guys out there for Street Fighter. So,
what's up with you, man?
I'm actually trying to think, man. Is anything? I mean, the same old shit, really. Nothing. I mean, as far as like Street Fighter stuff, nothing crazy. I mean, just been playing. You know, CE finally came out, the official release, and you know, Seth's out. I guess we'll talk about that in a second. And then we've got the oh boy, we got the Netcode stuff that went down too.
The Netcode patch.
Yeah,
man.
I guess we could start out with Seth though. Have you played Seth at all?
I actually have played some Seth.
Okay.
I spent before going to playing, I spent like that Friday just playing Seth. Seth is an interesting character. I don't want to use the word complete. I don't want to say like Seth is a complete character, but
I mean that's the word that's being tossed around right now. So it's not like that's a controversial topic if you, or you know, a controversial thing if you say it. But yeah, I think everybody's been saying Seth seems like, you know, they're a complete character. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like Seth, Sheehan said this. He said that Seth has too much. I'll put that. I like that better.
I guess, but it's like one of those things where it's too early to really know if like, because I feel like this is, you go back and look at Kage, and people were like, "Oh man, Kage's looking OD." You know, he's got a demon. Look at this. He's got a hard knockdown.
Yeah,
Character's cheap.
I remember that Capcom Cup. I
And
remember.
we saw how it turned out. So it's like, and the same thing with Gil. People was like, "Yo, Gil's OD." You know, look at all this stuff he has. Look at the retribution. Look at the mix ups. And it's like, I mean, granted, I know it's still the off season, but none of this is really materialized into anything crazy outside of like Nemo getting almost top 8 with
Yeah,
Gil. You know, and some Twitter highlight clips, but you know nobody's really done anything crazy with the character yet. And even though the people who are playing him, you know, I mean, he looks good, but like nothing looks super crazy yet.
yeah,
And
nothing looks super crazy.
now,
And like that's what I kind of meant by like him, kind of like him. Well, I mean, we got to see, like, we got to see what everybody who's playing Seth like that for real is what they have up their sleeves. I've seen like a couple of highlights of just a kid playing and Punko.
yeah,
Uh,
who else
I
is
saw
playing?
Nigel. I saw Nigel's messing around with some Seth as well from Texas.
Yeah,
So
a lot of people playing. Kazunoko's playing Seth. I haven't watched
yeah,
much of his Seth, and famously, you know, Punko's playing Seth. But from some of the tweets I saw Defeat League wasn't too high on Punko Seth. But I don't know.
yeah.
I haven't watched a lot of footage outside of I usually hang around in Brian's stream a lot, and I saw him playing a lot of Seth, and I'll go hop into Punk Seth. From what people have been saying, they think Punk is right now the best Seth out there. He's the one
Oh,
that
another name,
mm-hmm.
Gamerby.
Gamer B's
Like,
playing Seth.
yeah, like Gamerby was really enjoying the character. It was like I was like, man, yeah, because like Seth has axe kick, right? So
Yeah, I
it's
guess
kind
kind
of
of like Jaguar kick, right?
yeah,
So
it's
you
kind
can
of like
kind of
Jaguar kick. So it's like,
use it
yeah,
like that.
yeah, I want to play some more Seth. Like Seth seems really cool. I think for me, I think the V triggers for me they feel. I feel like there's like I kind of want more from them. If that makes any sense, right? Like, I desire to see more from the V triggers, but
You mean
you know,
like people to develop it more, or you think the V triggers are the V triggers they have are lacking?
I think that like, the V triggers themselves are lacking. At least for
Mm,
me.
I think V Trigger 1 seems pretty good. Like V Trigger 2 is the one
Uh,
that seems like it's gonna take time to develop because
V trigger was the ball, right? Make sure I'm
no,
correct.
V Trigger 1 is the combo extensions. You
Oh,
know,
okay,
yeah.
yeah,
V Trigger 2 is the ball.
yeah.
Yeah, V Trigger 2 is the one that I think is gonna take people to set up, and even then it's still probably not going to be great in comparison to V Trigger, because V Trigger 1 is just, I mean, it does what you want. You hit people and you get damage. The V Trigger 2, you've got to hit people and then hope you get some elaborate setup, and then they may or may not guess right, and then you get to reset damage, but it's like, and you only get one use of it, you know what I'm saying? Whereas V Trigger 1 is like, you hit somebody and you're gonna do, you know, like V Trigger 1 turns that character into like Karen almost, where you just throw out a low forward into a special move that's safe and you confirm it into, I mean, mostly safe, not always safe, but mostly safe, and you just confirm into damage over and over, you know, or you just use it for pressure. You just cancel into the whatever the teleport move is +2, and you know you just keep going in, you know. So I mean that seems like it's the easiest one to go with right now. So, but
Yeah,
V Trigger 2 has some applications, I think, once people figure it out.
yeah. Then it has a standing low as well. I mean, it's like super slow, right? But like as a standing low.
Oh, I
So
didn't even know that.
yeah, it's a down. I think it's down forward heavy kick. Yeah, it's like like you seen it like the tire combo when they do like forward medium punch, and then like he lifts his leg in the air and then comes back down.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a low.
yeah, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, I think it may be the only character in the game who's doesn't have like a crouching sweep, like a crouching roundhouse. That's like that sweeps, right? Like
Yeah, like Seth sweep is like down forward heavy punch. That's like the
yeah,
traditional sweep. Yeah.
it's just down fierce.
Or yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the traditional sweep. Whereas like if you press down heavy kick, it's like a it looks like almost like a Makoto crouching medium kick almost, or not Makoto. There's somebody else who had like a crouching medium kick like that, I guess. But
It's like Chun's. It's like Chun's like down forward medium punch, except it sweeps. Seth's V skills. I think they're both are interesting. I've seen them both been used different ways. I'm guessing V skill one's the dash, right? So
No,
you
V
do
skill 1 is the tandem engine, and then V skill
okay.
2 is
Okay.
the
So yeah,
dash. Yeah.
yeah. So V skill, I like V skill two. I think V skill two is pretty sick. Do the dash and then you do your special. So you do the dash into like the punches and like, they make them kind of safe, I guess.
I mean, they're -2, so I mean, technically, I mean,
Yes,
it is safe. So it's
yes.
like, and it's they're
And
both,
you move forward.
yeah,
And
yeah,
you move
yeah.
forward. Yeah.
And they're both really good V skills. The one thing that I think V skill, the one thing I will say though, so while both V skills are good, they're going to be matchup dependent because there's going to be some characters you're not going to get a move that's useful with Tandem Engine. So you're just going to be like, okay, well, obviously it's not worth me picking V skill 1. I mean, the one advantage with V skill 1 is Tandem gives you a hard knockdown. So you do get the knock. So if you use it, you get the knockdown, dash up your plus, right, and you get a meaty jab or throw, or a button. So
Yeah.
even if the move you get isn't good, it's still a hard knockdown. So I mean, which you don't really get with V skill 2, but yeah, V skill 2 definitely gives you. What I've seen some people do is they'll get the knockdown and they'll go into V skill 2 punches just because of the corner push and it's -2, so it's not like they can really do anything and you're outside of throw range and it's a -2 mix up anyway, and he has an EXDP. So you can, if you want to be degenerate, you can force that mix up, but it's also just pretty good for the corner carry you get on block and this chip.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they both look really good. I think more than any other character, you're going to see a lot of V trigger V skill combinations where like people are going to say, well, I'll pick in this matchup, I'll go V skill 1, V trigger, V trigger 1. Maybe I'll go V trigger 2 in this other matchup, V skill 2, or V trigger 2, V skill 1. But yeah, for sure, I think you're gonna see a lot of kind of variety in the V skill V trigger choices with his matchups.
Yeah, I think there's the reason why I like Seth, because like Seth, that's what I mean by like, they have like a lot going on. Like they have like a lot of options so far. It seems, even though it's like early, like most of the options don't seem bad.
Yeah, it's like Gil, and you see the kind of the similarities in both of those characters where,
Gil's V skill one sucks.
well, not necessarily V skills, but I was just going
Yeah,
into the fact that with both those characters, there's like a lot of combo routes. Both of them have like really different. Like you could be really expressive with what combo you want to do with them, just
yeah,
because of the way they're set up. And it's like Capcom kind of knocked it out the park with these last two characters. With that, a lot of the characters is just kind of you look for the same thing, and you just kind of you find your one combo or your two combos, and then you find whatever knockdown into the double meaty situation, and that's it. But like you got a lot of different choices with Seth and with Gil with like the retribution, and then Seth with V skill 1. You get like a lot of different choices on how you want to do combos. V skill 1 and V
I'll,
trigger 1.
I'll say like season 4. I'll group Gil. Seth and Gil with season 4. I think the last batch of season like characters are good.
Yeah.
They're like in terms of like how they are. I think it's good work by Capcom.
Yep.
Honda, Lucia, Poison. You
Yeah.
know, all good characters. Honda's coming out. He's showing his ugly ass head. People are just doing shit. Yeah,
People
yeah,
cooking with Honda.
yeah. They're definitely proving me wrong. But yeah, no, Seth is an interesting character. I want to see more Seths. Are you gonna
I'm
play Seth?
sure in the off season you're gonna see people keep picking them or picking them right now.
No, we don't have much time left.
Yeah,
But,
a little bit over a month till CPT starts. So
but so that was that. Then yesterday we got the netcode patch.
well, first let's go over the timeline of events. Let's
Okay.
start with that.
Yeah. Let's start back when we had a there was a there was a server maintenance, right?
Well, so So I guess what I'm trying to bring up the whole narrative for everything. So like, all right. So
You
if
put
we
my
if we go if we go back, right? So we had
yeah,
CE come out, right? CE came out on the 14th,
yeah,
right?
Valentine's.
Right, and then I want to say before CE came out, didn't Ono put out some tweets saying there was going to be we were looking at adjustments for the netcode, or maybe that was before then. He was talking about he was at the Intel offices and we're looking at some updates to to improve you guys' enjoyment of the game or whatever, blah blah blah. Then he comes back. Was it right before CE dropped? He was like, "There's going to be an update for the netcode, and then everybody was getting hyped. Everybody's like, "Oh, Ono finally did it. They're fixing the netcode. Finally, we're getting it." And then even on top of that, he told us he was like, "All right, next week after server maintenance, there will be an update to adjust the netcode." Everybody's going crazy. You know what I'm saying? The internet is blowing up. Everybody's like, they're finally doing it. It took us 4 years, 4 years of complaining, and we're getting it.
No, no, I gotta stop you right there.
Okay.
There were definitely some updates. I think we had like two that happened for the netcode. One, I know one of them was for the input lag during that time, and then there was another one where they tried to help, like tried to adjust it, right? And it just turned out that wasn't enough. But people make it seem like they've never tried to fix the netcode before. That wasn't really true.
Well, I vaguely remember when they did make a change to the input lag, people had mentioned they thought that code had got worse. And I don't know if that
Yeah,
had anything to do with that, but there's definitely, yeah, they did. But I guess when people bring up the it's been so long since the game is launched or whatever, it's like even though they've made adjustments, nothing has seemed to make any big strides in the stability of online, right? It's still
yeah.
you still get a bunch of bad connections, still roll one sided rollback, blah blah blah. So it's
Yeah.
like it definitely was. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was excited leading up to this, because I'm thinking to myself, man,
It's like, oh
it's
man, or just a kid,
I can
finally.
finally play just a kid. I can finally react to his jumps. The millionth
Yeah.
time he's on the ground and then he just teleports on top of me. I finally can react, but
These dash ups, and this lag, I can finally react to them now. It's wild.
so servers go down. Servers go down at whatever 6:30, whatever it was. Patch goes up. Everybody downloads it. We're all waiting in anticipation. You know, and as
Uh,
always, go ahead.
so it was Thursday. It was Wednesday when he made the announcement.
That made what announcement that the he was gonna change they were gonna update the netcode.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, so he made it on Wednesday. All right. Then we find out about the server maintenance. I want to say it was like Thursday or what was it? Maybe that Wednesday we found out about it. I can't remember.
The server maintenance was that. I thought it was that day of the Seth. Oh no, 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 no! It was that Thursday. It was the next day, the Thursday. It
Yeah.
was the server maintenance. Yeah.
So we found out about that. And servers go down yesterday, Everybody's waiting in anticipation. And I'm not playing at this point. I forgot. I think my kids are still up, so I couldn't play. And I'm watching Brian. They're like, yo, the servers went back up. Like everybody's like, oh man, let's see what the netcode is. So the initial reaction was we found out that it broke the PC mods. So the Altimore patch and the Fluffy patch no longer work now. So that was the first thing, right? So that already
Yeah.
set a bad taste in people's mouths because they're just like, really?
Look, man.
We had this community thing that was working and people were
Was it
enjoying the
really
game.
working?
Well, we can go into that discussion too in a second, but it definitely made some people feel some type of way. But yeah, so with the netcode patches, I feel like they did okay. While they did do a lot to make the game playable for people on PC, there's also a lot of malicious things people were using it for. And I think overall they did more harm than they did good. Because while you did make a lot of PC players able to play each other, you also had people just literally using this to grief. Like that was the whole point of it. It was just to let me go play on the patch and just ruin this for anybody else. And I think in the short term, it definitely probably cut down the pool of players because people just started playing. Well, I'm just gonna if I'm on PS4, I'm just gonna search PS4 only because I'm not dealing with this. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I get it, but it definitely left a bad taste in people's mouths. And so there was only a few people streaming, I think, right as soon as they went back up, and Brian was one of them. And I'm watching his stream, and it definitely didn't look like the netcode got any better. I was just like, oh my god. The first match he got was like a Mexican, and it looked like a typical, Latin America connection. My man is teleporting everywhere. And the thing that didn't help it was Capcom didn't get in front of this at all. The patch came out. Capcom did not immediately already have what the patch did. So nobody knew whether this was the patch. People were like, oh, well, I'm watching somebody stream and it looks the same, or somebody said it's the same, or I went online and it plays the same. So as soon as people played that first match and they saw it was the same, or, because that's, how it is, right? People get online, they make that snap judgment. They're like, yo, it's the same. And everybody just ran with it. But again, this is the biggest issue with Capcom. They're not being very transparent about what's going on. The all we had was a tweet going on that, well, he said after the maintenance. So people are literally saying, well, does this mean that this patch was the netcode patch? Is that another one? Did he mean this was to set up for the maintenance, or the maintenance was to set up for the patch and then the patch comes next week? Like nobody knew because the wording Ono had was very vague. It wasn't very clear.
The wording was vague, but if you go back and look at the tweet, he definitely said give feedback.
That was the second one that he put out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the follow-up to what he put out.
Okay, so yeah, I guess it was like, he said, yeah, please look for it, blah, 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 until, yeah, we ask you to send feedback to the SF5 server. Okay, so yeah, but still, everybody just started, I mean, I think I was gone for most of that day. I didn't even get to check.
Oh yeah, you weren't even on social media when this shit was popping, bro. It was I'm over here watching this unfold live. Like that shit was wild. Like people are literally saying, "Fuck Capcom." All they did was they took out the patches that worked, and then they said they fixed it, but then it's the exact same. And again, nobody knew anything because Capcom just didn't come out and say what they did. I think that's just the biggest thing. And granted, it's in their right to do whatever the fuck they want, right? They're IP holders. They don't have to say anything, right? I mean, it's nice that they
don't have to fix the game. You know what I'm saying? Look at Marvel Infinite. They don't have to fix the game. They just left the way it is.
But it for people to put up with how much they've put up with, you would expect some type of clear understanding and definition of what had been done. But so we find out maybe like 30 minutes or an hour after the patch has been out, after everybody's been ranting about it, you start seeing some people trickle in saying, oh, well, it's been good for me, right? People are saying I played 5 matches and it's been great. And so Tool Assisted comes out with a tweet showing what was changed in the patch. So I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty of it. They didn't.
No, I definitely saw that tweet.
Yeah.
When I was doing like my pseudo investigating, trying to figure out what's going on, I saw the tweet, and I understand it in terms of where it's coming from. Like where even though like weird how he's like putting it, I understand what it means, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'm looking at it, and I'm just like, man, you gotta have some good ass internet now to actually like fucking play this game.
Well,
like, your shit gotta be somewhat, kind of good to play it.
Yeah, well, like they didn't do. It's almost like what somebody had described as like a baby version of Altamore's patch. Like it doesn't really change how often the game. I think that's what it is. It doesn't change how often the game resyncs, or it doesn't try to resync mid match. But
it doesn't. It's not. It is. So it won't roll back as far as 15 frames. It'll be only like I think like 5 or something like that.
Yeah, those are the numbers I saw. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I mean, I get it. That like I think that's probably why you say like, hey, send back more, like send more send more like feedback, whatever. You know, I saw that and I saw people were just saying some malicious things to Ono and other people of Capcom. Um, People were saying like certain figureheads in the FGC should have not said some things that they said.
Well, yeah, like Maximilian came out and was like, so one of the big tweets that went out was Corey Bell had tweeted out, "Oh, they didn't do anything to the patch, and all they did was break the PC mods," and that was one of the big ones that got trending. And this was literally like the first 30 minutes of the servers going back up again. Nobody knew anything at that point. Maximilian had said something similar about they didn't do anything, but they broke the mods. Meanwhile, he goes to stream the game, and I didn't watch the stream, but according to what people were saying, almost every single match he played looked good, and he later deleted those tweets. So,
No, he never deleted.
so
He
that's what
never deleted.
somebody said. He actually went back and deleted some of them.
Oh, I guess he went back because I saw them earlier today.
Yeah,
Yeah. He was like, yeah, I called it, and then like someone called him out on it saying that he called it when he didn't really call them about like the whole patches or whatever about them taking out the mods or something
yeah.
like that. Yeah, I definitely saw that in my investigation today.
So yeah, so and then the rest of the night and most of the day has been people doing damage control, people saying, "Well, I played and it was improved for me." And a lot of people like from what most I've seen, most of the response I've seen to it, people have said it generally feels better. Now, that's not a case for everybody. There's still people who have issues connecting with other players, and there's still like some other issues, but I would say for the most part, from what people have told me and what I've seen online, people have said that the netcode is generally better. Now, matchmaking is still an issue. That's still an issue in itself.
Look,
Um,
I'm not trying to play someone. Okay, I can deal with Mexico. You know, I can deal with that, right?
I
I'm not
can't.
trying to play against anyone from Brazil or Dominican Republic or Cuba.
Yeah. I mean,
Not
shout
even
out to the
Jamaica. I'm
Dominican
not,
Republic and Latin America. I love
yeah,
y'all,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
trying
I
to play
love
y'all online.
it. But I'm not trying to play it online, dog. I'm not trying
Yeah.
to play. Who's who's like I'm trying to think of someone who's like just notorious, like just bad. I'm not trying to play some Dominican Republic like Urian, all right? Just dashing across. Sammy Max won. That's
I'm not trying to play
I'm not trying to
Ruffian
play that
MX. You
guy,
feel
dog.
me? Like,
Hey,
I'm
yo,
not trying to play Jazz Dero. You feel me?
I'm
Shout
not
outs to
trying to play
Jazz
Juan
Dero.
Fourth, dog. You know, I'm not trying to play Juan Fourth.
You know. So yeah,
But
man, it's been a crazy 24 hours, man. Like I don't know, man. It
I seen
again,
a lot of game shaming as well. Like
huh?
I saw like a lot of people just shaming other people's games. Like
Yeah, let me go ahead and do a quick PSA. Yo, let me go ahead and get on my soapbox real quick. It's 2020. Stop doing that shit. Nobody you don't make yourself look good shitting on another person's game and then to suggest that somebody should go play a different game because the netcode is better there. That's not a good look either. You're not fixing the situation. You're not making anything better and you're looking like a fucking idiot in the at the same time. Please stop doing that. I get it. It's fun.
or
It's the internet. It's
or
fun to make fun of things. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But stop.
you're a toxic individual though.
Huh?
You're a toxic individual though. So I mean,
Who?
you
Definitely not.
you definitely have to watch the world burn.
No.
All
No.
right.
I
Also,
mean,
another
I
one.
appreciate drama, but like, let me say that I appreciate drama, but like at the same time, I don't want to flame it. You feel me? Like I'll secretly just will look at it and be like, man, that's fucked up, but let's not do. You know what I'm saying? Let's not do this. You feel me? Like let's
Yeah,
But no, don't be that guy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Don't be that
No, no,
guy.
no. I also have an issue with the people who are kind of like figureheads for some reason in the community on Twitter, and then like these are the same motherfuckers who won't play the game at all, or they may play for a little bit, or they may watch it, right? But they're not really
Mm-hmm.
deep into the game. Don't say shit about the game. Just don't play it. Don't be like,
Yeah,
oh, I heard this, and then let me go ahead and ass on the fire, like stop that shit. It's whack. All that shit's whack. Like, why the fuck would you listen to Max and Million of all people? I'm not trying to
Well,
shit
I
on
mean,
Max.
I get why, but
I'm not trying to shit on Max. But
I
I'm pretty sure I see Max boot up that game maybe once every 3 months.
yeah, not very often.
Right?
It's. I mean, he's made it clear and apparent he's not a fan, like a huge fan of the game. He only really checks it out when there's big updates or new characters, and he'll just dip in momentarily.
Like, go watch fucking Vesper Arcade if you want to watch some like Street Fighter. At least he's more consistent,
Yeah,
right? But holy shit. Like the guys gonna keep talking about Third Strike. Yeah, he barely loved Marvel 3. So it's
I
like
mean, you
whatever.
seem like you're a little bit
I'm
hurt by that,
being that guy. My bad. I hate shit like that.
but
Like, come
yeah, collectively as a community, I don't know. Again, I get it. It's the internet age. People like to dogpile and make fun of things when they don't go, as expected. They don't go well. But yeah, it was just a really bad experience. And I mean, personally, I was let down. Now, I guess I could talk about my personal experience with the netcode. So I only played 2 sets yesterday. I didn't even get a big sample base because I didn't play ranked. I played Brutus. And me and Brutus usually have a good connection, so it's not even like the best way of testing it. There was like a couple times later on where the game started doing some weird desyncing stuff. But outside of that, it was fine. And then I played D-Answer, and I don't necessarily remember how our connection was before, but it wasn't great, but it wasn't horrible. So again, I didn't really have a huge sample base to go off of, but I think I'll probably play some more tomorrow in ranked just to get an idea, if it is better. But for the most part, man, you know, it's most people have been saying it seems better. So I mean, I'm
yeah.
taking people's words for word
Yeah, I
right
saw
now.
LPN. He said he played some people from like New York and shit like that. It was fine for him. He said he probably had like one connection that was like a little iffy. But I mean, I haven't had a chance to play it yet. I don't have like a good area
You
for me.
would be the person I'm most interested to see how it works for because judging what I watch you stream, oh man, you he definitely gets some bad connections. So.
And I stay fighting like South America and like Latin America. It's ridiculous.
That's just a
It's
matchmaking thing though. Like they need to that would be the next thing they need to look at is like how their matchmaking works because I don't know how people keep consistently getting matched up with Latin America when you live in America. Like not even I guess in the South, I could kind of get
like,
it. I could kind of
I
get it.
get it if they like if I get it if you're in a certain part of the United States like
Right.
Florida, Georgia, Alabama, all that, and like, I mean I guess along the East Coast as well, you just veer off in like connections like that, right?
Hmm.
But like if I'm getting that shit all the time, it's kind of whack. Like just don't give it to me all the time. I'm not trying to fight Brazil and Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Just like you know, give me just give me some Americans, some Canadians. I'll take Mexico too. You know, Puerto Rico. I'll take those guys. But like that's it. That's all I want.
Yeah, you start going further south from that, it's a little
Yeah.
bit of a stretch.
Yeah. Also, I want them to find a way just to make people use their actual country's flag they're in.
Well,
But
I
I'm
was
pretty
talking to somebody about that today, and I was like, so I don't even remember because one of the things with the old consoles where they were like region locked. So like
yeah.
you had to so that was how you determined it because people would have a console or whatever, and then it was based off that. So it would give you a flag, based on that, like for Street Fighter 4. But like, I didn't
Well,
know if the PS4 came in different like models for each region. So I was like,
well,
I don't even know if that's a thing anymore.
well, I remember back in the old 360 days before, like, because they patched something out to where you couldn't change your regions in your 360s anymore. But there
Mhm.
used to be a way for you to change your regions back on the 360 days to like say like, oh hey, I'm in Japan, and you get all like Japanese demos,
Yeah.
and then your flag would change as well, whatever game you played. I remember doing that for like Lost Point and 2. Then my flag changed to like a Japanese flag when I did that. But I know after a while they patched that shit out, and then you had like your region was set to where country you're in.
Yeah, so that was the only reason I was like, I don't know if region filtering for SF5 isn't a reason because there's not a unified system like or like a system level thing like that anymore because the issue with CFN is you can just put whatever flag you want. You don't necessarily have to be from that region. And I don't know if that causes any issues, but I'm like when you guys log in, it's connecting you to some CFN server. So like whoever's connected to whatever servers, wouldn't you just be like, well, within if he's connected to this server, we assume he's this close to this region, so we will only match him up with players within X amount of this range or this region. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
but it's still,
I'm not a
but it,
software engineer, so but
but yeah, but when you play the game, right? You have your country, you have a flag set in that country.
yeah.
Like the game will tell you, like, hey, you're this rank in North America,
Mm-hmm.
or you're this rank in Europe, and
Right.
you have like that flag is like tied to that whatever continent it is.
Well, the problem
So
with that is you could just pick whatever flag you want. So, like, you
yeah,
could potentially just be like, "Well, I'm going to put a UK flag, even though I'm in the US, and
yeah,
just go grief everybody."
yeah,
So
and
you,
it's still it's like, hey, yeah, you're in Europe because you have a UK flag, English flag. Yeah, awesome. So
because if that's the case, I mean, I'm pretty sure somebody would do some shit like that just
okay,
to.
I've definitely done that.
You definitely would be playing UK on your Cammy account had you if they stuck to that rule.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, going back to the netcode stuff. Yeah, like everybody, look again. Don't be dicks. All right, people mess up. Capcom's been messing up, but don't be an asshole. Don't get on Twitter and start sending hate to start saying all types of mean stuff and
They're
slurs and
human
stuff.
beings.
And yeah, there's another human being on the end of that account. Somebody's got to look at that. It's like it's not worth it. It's a game at the end of the day.
Not everybody's thick-skinned, right?
Yeah.
You may mess around, say the wrong shit to someone, and then you might hear some tragic news. Just be nice.
Don't the golden rule: don't be dicks. All right, live by it. All right,
Is that really the golden rule?
it's a golden rule for this podcast. All right, remember, kids, don't be dicks.
I
I
mean,
tell my kids all the time.
I'm pretty sure you don't say that to your kids.
Uh, you'd be surprised what's said around the Freeman household.
Oh, I know. You definitely called your children niggas.
Why? All right. Anyway,
It's definitely been on stream too. So I mean, I don't know what the really.
I don't. Moving on.
I'm pretty sure Spence has that clip laying around somewhere.
I'm just gonna edit this out for you
Yeah.
for your information.
Don't edit this out. Trust me, there's a clip probably of me around there saying something I shouldn't have said.
But yeah, according to Ono, if you guys have any feedback for the netcode or anything, they are open to listening to it, and hopefully, I mean, they make more adjustments. Right? There's been people who have come out and kind of analyzed it and said what it does right, but what it could do to be even better. So hopefully they take that and they address this because we've got a lot of online tournaments coming up this year. So if they can get that in as good of a place as it can be, hopefully, at the end of the day, online tournaments are online tournaments. Nobody's ever going to be completely happy, but you want to make the experience as good as you can for most, if not everybody. So hopefully the updates, they try and update it a little bit more and they take whatever feedback they can and try and improve it.
Like, man, fighting games and netcode, and it's a weird thing. No one has a solution yet.
But fighting games online kind of suck. It is what it is. But I mean, they even when they're good, they're still not perfect. It is what it is.
Let me tell you, man, KI's netcode,
That's good. But,
that's good. It slaps. But these popular games, man. Let me tell you, man. Grand Blue, this rollback. I mean, this delay based netcode. I thought we left that like in 2014.
Side Game said, "Yo, this netcode gonna bang."
Hey, Side Games that
hit send.
They'd be like, "Hey, what is this? Where's the rollback? Everybody's asking for a rollback." I'm not trying to see a delay. My delay go all the way up to 14. Like, come on, Chief. Yeah.
Netcode will
So
be good.
this week was the start of the Topanga Championships 2020. I definitely saw something about it last week, and I just totally forgot that it was this week. Last week was the online qualifier, which Ryusei won that, and grand finals was him and Storm Kubo, which Ryusei just mopped Storm Kubo all up. I don't know what Storm Kubo's doing out here, man. He's my pick. He's my dark horse pick of the year.
Mhm.
He's already making me angry. Not angry, but disappointing me right now, you know? So,
Hey, look, he's trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
hey man, he has two characters in the chamber that can rob you in a second.
I don't think he's gonna play G this season
I don't know why wouldn't you not play G? I mean,
because Abigail's just if is just as good, if not better.
you're
The only
probably right.
matchup you would probably pick, you would probably need, you know, G4 is a bad matchup for Abigail, right? But outside of zoners, which I guess he'd probably pick G against zoners maybe, but yeah,
Yeah, I'd probably get like your sins and poisons.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So for the past 2 days, Group Block A was going on for the championships. So, and Block A is Fujimura, Mago, Dogura, Gachikun, Itabashi Zangief, Daigo, Momochi, Moke, and John Takeuchi.
All right.
So, in first place right now, we got, well, shit. Actually, that list I just read, that's who's in first, in ninth place right now. So some things I did see is Fujimura is definitely playing on Chun-Li. He's still and of course Ibuki's still there because I think Ibuki's still strong this season.
Yeah, obviously.
Mago is definitely cooking with the Karen and the Cammy. Oh, Tokido. Oh, never mind. That's tonight. That's tonight. I have to watch that tonight. I was about to say yeah, he's playing Hirian. But yeah, Daigo's been playing Kage as well. And he's looking all right. I thought the Moke and Gachikun set was really good. You know, because they both play Rashid, and
I'm not trying to see Rashid, man.
I'm not trying to see Rashid either. But if I see like an interesting match, I'm just like, all right, yeah, this I think it's a good set. I mean, I'll definitely I'll go and watch it. But like, yeah, I'm surprised that Dogra is like in third place. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's looking really strong. I'm surprised he didn't pull out his poison, even though I've been watching him like been playing poison a lot as of late.
That might be
So
the sleeper pick. You know, he brings that out when he wants to try and surprise somebody. Maybe.
yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Momochi was playing both choline and poison. His first match was against Fujimura, and he played choline the first game, and then he switched to poison. And I think he lost at like I think it's 3-1.
I'll have to
But
check that
yeah,
out.
man.
I haven't seen much of his poison since Evo Japan, so interested to see if he's gotten a little bit better with her.
Yeah. Also the price pool is not looking too bad.
Yeah, Topanga usually has pretty good payouts. Oh, also, did you go over the format of how this goes? Because I can go
Oh
over it
yeah.
real quick.
Oh yeah. So the format for this is essentially it's a round robin. They all play they play first to threes, and they count the along with their record. What they count, they also play like their game. They also count their game records as well. It's like that, and I think if I'm correct, it's the top four make it to like the championship. If I'm correct, I can't remember.
Yeah, I
It's been a
forget how
minute since
many
we've seen like
groups
the
they
Topeka.
do. I want to say it used to be like four groups, and then they would have two of each group would make it out or something like that, and then they do
Yeah,
first to seven. So what they'll end up doing is X amount of players. I don't know the exact number, but they'll take um a certain amount of players out of each the top performing players out of each group, and then they'll go to an offline setting where everybody does round robin first to seven, and then
Well, I mean, they're offline now.
it's not no. They normally do it online at first, and then they go
Yeah.
offline. But I guess
Well,
they do
no,
it
but not yeah. But this time
this
they're
time.
doing
They're
it
doing it
offline.
online or offline. Okay, well
Yeah,
that's
it's offline.
interesting.
Hey man, they got the open rec studio. You know what I'm saying? You know what's crazy? You know what I miss? I miss back in the day when everybody used to get hyped for like any major like invitational in terms of like an invitational or like a special event like this. And like we all just started scrambling trying to find ways like to watch it. Like either you have to use like the free version of Nico Nico just to watch like Topanga and all that. You have to watch like the scrolling letters coming across the screen and shit.
Yeah, I think the reason why everybody was so hyped back then to do that was just because you didn't really there weren't a lot of chances to see international high level play. You know, unless somebody showed up to one of the majors in the US. You know, outside of that, the only other way you would see them is, you know, just maybe somebody uploads a episode of, what was it, God's Garden on YouTube or whatever. Somebody
God.
uploads one of those, but like outside of that, you didn't really get to see a lot of these unless you were just like a hardcore like HO. You would watch the arcade videos on there or whatever and keep up with the players that way.
Yeah.
But you had to go out your way to see high level international play, whereas like nowadays it's everywhere. You know, all the top level Japanese players stream. You can find a lot of even like the not so known really strong Japanese players will stream somewhere, or there's YouTube, replays of everybody, or if there isn't, I mean, it ain't hard to find X amount of good players on CFN to watch. So like it's way easier
But
nowadays where back
I
then
mean, but I'm
you
just
had
talking
to
about like I'm talking about in a way like this event itself.
even with
You know?
Topanga. Well, yeah, even with Topanga,
Yeah.
right? Like, yeah, that's
We
super
used to
hype.
get like super hyped for Topanga. Like I remember when I think it was the first year when they had like internationals come out. They had PR Barrow come out there,
Yeah,
and like that was like super hype. Like everybody was like oh shit, like they invited PR Barrow. Then like the next year, that's when Smug was like just like killing it at like next level. And then they invited him out there to Japan, and like everybody was like super impressed with Smug, right?
yeah,
And it was just like super hyped to watch that.
yeah.
But now I'm just like everybody's like, yeah. I mean, I could probably understand also it's on open rec, so like no one ain't trying to like type in open rec on their fucking computer.
Well, yeah, that no, I just think it's the other thing of like tournament saturation. Like even if this is an invitational, it's not like a tournament. You just
Yeah,
see you got to see Daigo play so many people over and over and over. So it's like, seeing Daigo versus Mago, people are like, "Oh, I just saw that a few weeks ago or whatever," right? Or you
all
see it
that
so
too.
much that it's not the allure of seeing a high level set like that. Just kind of, it's not as big as it used to be. Like before, you were never gonna see that. The odds are you
Yeah.
weren't gonna see it, or if you did, it just didn't happen so often. But like, I feel like you can see like a lot of international players like against each other. You see it more often than you used to see it, I guess. So maybe that's
Do
it.
you do you think a way for this to like? I mean, because there's some other like exciting players out there, right?
Hmm.
In Japan that we don't see that much, like
Yeah.
YOC Mochi, you know.
If I remember right, Powell's like one of the better camis in Japan, and like he was in one of the Topanga leagues, and it was cool seeing him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but it was kind of the same thing, right? Just people. There's not a lot of eyes on it because it's on Open Rec and it's the time difference, right? It's not like anybody's restreaming this, during peak hours, so it's like it's easy to miss. You know what I mean? Which it sucks because obviously the matches are good, but I think it's just not on a lot of people's radar for like multiple reasons. The only thing they
Maybe,
really could do is try and restream it. That would be sick, but
yeah, but we don't want to get like cease and desist or whatever.
nah, I'm pretty sure. Well, I say pretty sure, but that's not really the
For the
case. But
ask like permission, right?
yeah, somebody would be cool with them doing that. That would be like a good opportunity for like Jam to get some content, or somebody to be like, oh, we'll just restream it and do analysis over this or whatever.
But I'm hyped for it, right? I'm gonna try to be. Yeah, my day's gonna be short. I can stay up tonight, like watch
I
some of this
definitely
stuff.
can't catch it live. I used to like watch the replays in the morning while I would get ready for work. I might do that, but I definitely can't catch it live.
You missing out, Chief. Never mind, I got kids. Never mind. Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah. Or if it's on during the weekend, sometimes I'll make an adjustment to my sleep schedule, try and check stuff. But
There's nothing really going on this weekend besides Anaheim, and that's like Anaheim is what SoCal, NorCal.
I guess
Not
it's
good.
SoCal probably. And I'm
Yeah.
not. My geography is
So
pretty bad, but I would think it's SoCal. It sounds like it's close to Los Angeles. So
yeah, it's a DreamHack event. I'm pretty sure no one. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's people going to mention like, all right, we should go to the DreamHack, but like,
actually,
probably,
the registration closes today. I think so. Whoever's registered, I think
well, I
that's
mean,
it.
they have on-site registration as
Oh,
well.
they do.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't remember, to be honest. Like I always pre-reg for DreamHack. So
yeah, because we're responsible adults.
well, something you don't expect in the FGC, right?
Let me tell you. Let me tell you. As long as you ain't like closing your registration like a month away, like some people,
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
yeah, I guess. But hey, whatever. So yeah, DreamHack Analyze this weekend. Look, man, I don't know what to tell you. I think the DreamHack events are ran well. Just I don't know those other people in the FGC not going to DreamHack events. No, actually why.
It's a little pricey if you compare it to your traditional. Well, I wouldn't say it's pricey. It's expensive, but I think that's what kind of deters some people. They don't want to drop X amount on a 1 day. Well, actually, you got to get a weekend pass or a 2 day pass, and sometimes, I mean, that's kind of expensive because usually Street Fighter is 2 days. They do pools Friday or not Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday's top 8. So
Yeah.
maybe that kind of deters some people from wanting to register because it's a little pricey, but I mean, it's a good event. I think it's worth it. And even if you don't like do a lot of stuff outside of playing in the Street Fighter events, it's still pretty. Like it's a nice atmosphere to be in, and
Yep.
I mean, you do get some free stuff out of it. So I mean, I guess it's got a few perks, but yeah, I can see why people don't want to necessarily drop the cash on going, but they're definitely cool events. I like them.
I do it.
Yeah. Well, you kind of
But,
into other stuff too, other than fighting games, so I think it works out.
yeah, that's what got me more interested into other things as well. I guess so. To each his own. But hey, man, Jabili runs good tournaments, right?
Yeah,
Feels
totally.
good. It helps him out because I don't
Um,
want to hear today when like DreamHack decides to drop their fighting game, and then people we're having like this dumbass discussion on the internet about fighting games are not sustainable. Look what happened. DreamHack dropped the fighters, but they kept Smash, blah blah blah, and all this other shit. So
I think if as long as they keep running Smash, there's really no harm in like running the other FGC stuff because you're gonna use the same amount of resources outside of like some consoles, but like monitors, the same deal. I mean, everything kind of runs off the same stuff, so
yeah.
doesn't really hurt you to try and run Street Fighter. It's not like, I mean, Smash usually is there every time they run this. Smash and Brawlhalla are usually like their two biggest events most of the time, outside
Oh
of
yeah,
like
yeah. When we're in Atlanta because at the same time, I know for Brawlhalla, that's the Brawlhalla World Championships.
yeah.
So yeah,
And then I think the only exception was Tekken this year, DreamHack Atlanta, but that was like a Tekken World Tour event, so that also
yep.
brought a lot of people in for that. I don't think I got anything else about DreamHack, but well, I'll watch the stream. It should still be it'll be some people there. I'm pretty sure it'll be an okay Street Fighter tournament. They usually are, so it'll definitely be worth checking out. I think that's it, man. We don't really have any other big news or no big tournaments going on. It's still the off season, so it's kind of chill mode. Uh, Still waiting on final details for CPT. So
TBT until we don't got much time before. Wow, man, just thinking about it, right? Like this first half of the season, but like it's just packed. with so much stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
We got the Intel World Championships, right?
Yep.
Everybody's trying their best to qualify for those. People want to sacrifice events to go to stay back to play online. And it's funny, right? Because if you want to do that, but you want to go to Brussels for a Brussels challenge because that starts off the CPT, you gotta make the decision, right?
Go ahead and wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up, B.
All right. Well, that's
You put
a
a special. You play a song behind this when we're just wrapping it up,
you're trying to add more work to this, which I don't really know if I'm down with. You feel me?
You should play "Whoop That Trick." Sure.
Look here, man. Anyway. Tim,
cut that shit out, man. Give me crying with that, man.
Where can people find you on social media, Tim?
You can catch me on Twitter at 4HTim. It's gonna be a while before I stream unless I do like some. I might try to do one that's right, but on my IRL stream, like some of the Dallas local stuff. But you can catch me on Twitch at twitch.tv/4H_Tim. And where can they find you at, man?
You guys can hit me up on Twitter at BoomboxHero. You can also catch me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Magnegro, the 0 instead of an O at the end. And you can also find me on YouTube at Magnegro. Appreciate you guys checking out the podcast. If you have any feedback, you can reach me via email at halfcirclebackpodcast@gmail.com, or you can hit either of us up on Twitter, or you can also comment on this YouTube vid below and let us know whatever feedback you got. If there's any topics or any guests or anything in particular you want to hear, drop the comment below, or just just hit us up. And I believe we are on Apple Podcasts. So also, if you want to drop a review there, that also helps. Gets a little bit of spotlight on the show. So you guys could please drop a review on Apple Podcasts for us. That would be greatly appreciated. But yeah,
what other like Street Fighter theme, Capcom theme podcast has two black guys in it?
Why'd you have to bring the racing into it, man? What's up with that?
Well, it's Black History Month.
I mean, you're right.
Okay, then. So why are you?
I'm just asking. Just
so
like
you trying to? It's like a little bitch boy right now.
We doing this right now? Is this what you're trying to do?
I'm tired of you light skins.
Wow, and you're bringing complexion into it.
Look here, it's Black History Month. Support us.
I see you getting prepped for that Jay Electronica album with all this this pro black.
Let me get my hotep on. You know what I'm saying?
God.
Let me get my R. Kelly hotep on right quick. They normally give us 28 days, but they gave us 29 this year. Coincidence? I think not. Is that how that goes?
I mean, it could be better, but I respect the attempt.
That was trash. Cut that out. I don't want that in there.
No, we're keeping that.
That's on my week.
All right. Well,
it wasn't peak 4-H Tim. I'm sorry.
Sorry, man. Jordan wasn't dropping triple doubles every game either. So that's all right.
Well,
man.
I'm used to dropping triple doubles. You know what I'm saying?
But as always, man, I appreciate everybody checking this out, man. And we will we'll catch you another week. Peace out.
Peace out.